As a shocking murder cases unfold in Arizona and Tennessee. Let's get right into the video, though, man. Let's get right into the video, man.
Nobody wins when the family feels.
What do you have to say to the camera? Huh? What do you have to say to the camera?
I'm gonna leave the link to the original video down below.
I have to say that it's your birthday. I'm feeling 22.
CPS 911, where's your emergency?
I just want to report a car that's on fire. It's off the side of, it's on the north side of the westbound lanes on I-10, about the 85.5 mile marker. It was like down in the bushes, but I saw a flame inside the vehicle.
You said there's people outside the vehicle?
I believe I saw at least one person outside, yes.
Abducted from her parking garage in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hit over the head as she was getting into her vehicle. Blood splatter and head matter or brain matter was splattered all over the parking garage. Mercedes Vega was innocent.
You said head matter all over the parking garage. Damn. That means
Walking out to her vehicle is smashed over the head and then ultimately abducted, taken. We're not sure what vehicle she was taken in, and ultimately beaten, shot through her right arm, and bleach was poured in her mouth and she was burned alive.
It's been almost.
what? Bro, that is gruesome, bro. Like, nigga, that is gruesome, bro. But I don't want to say too much, but it's like, why? Like, why they do her like that? Hold on, bro. This is crazy, bro.
2 years since a young adult dancer was kidnapped, shot, set on fire alive, and had bleach poured down her mouth. Her final moments was captured on camera in the parking lot of her apartment complex. After almost 2 years of searching, the victim family finally gets some form of closure. They make an arrest. Not to mention, in this story, we'll later go over how this young man got caught. It seemed he slipped up earlier this year, getting arrested twice and let go for firearm charges. Today we go over her story, talk about the victim, briefly talk about the suspect, and where we at today. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Recently, a grieving family whose daughter been murdered has remained a mystery for more than a year, maybe closer to learning what happened to her. The fatal incident took place on
It took more than a year to find who did it. That's just crazy, bro. This shit like that too. That like when there's a feud, there's a war going on in the streets and shit. It's shit like that that make people want to go get back, because it's like, what takes y'all so long, right? Because we live in times where technology is so advanced and shit, right? There's like cameras everywhere and shit like that. What takes y'all so long to, like, you feel me? I don't get it. It's like sometimes like they find certain people like very quick, but then there's cases that take years and years to solve. Like, I don't understand that though. Like, don't y'all have like all this technology, the fingerprints and shit like that? Like, I don't understand.
April 16th, 2023. The victim was later identified as Mercedes Vega. Mercedes was last seen with her friends in downtown Tempe in Arizona. Her friends had reported to the police that she had been abducted from her apartment. A day later, authorities discovered her body in a burnt-out vehicle in the backseat of a car near a small community of Topeka, Arizona, just off Interstate 10. And this was the 911 call, a man stating that it was possibly one more person next to that burning vehicle.
CPS 911, where's your emergency?
I just want to report a car that's on fire. It's off the side of, it's on the north side of the westbound lanes on I-10, about the 85.5 mile marker. It was like down in the bushes, but I saw a plane inside the vehicle.
You said there's people outside the vehicle?
I believe I saw at least one person outside, yes.
Mercedes' parents said when they went to her apartment about 3 to 4 days later, after she died, they saw blood all over her parking spot. Shortly after, investigators said Mercedes had been abducted, hit over the head, shot through her right arm, and burned alive. Her father said another shot came 5 months later, when Mercedes' autopsy report had came back. It revealed that she was forced to put bleach through her throat. Yet and still, with such gruesome crime, it still would take almost 2 years before authorities would make an arrest. But that wouldn't.
How would they force her to put bleach down her throat though? Is that like to like burn her insides and then like basically kill herself type shit to make it look like she killed herself or some shit? Because I know, you know, from watching shows and all that shit, supposedly they use like bleach, like certain people or not, it wasn't bleach, it was like acid or some shit that people would use sometimes. Like back in the days, they would like put, you know, kill, like let's say somebody, you know, they kill somebody, they'll put them in acid and then like it'll burn their bodies up to the bones and shit. Even all that shit will get burnt up, and then they'll just dump them somewhere in the ocean and shit. So they don't. It was some shit like that. But like, what's the purpose with the bleach and shit? I'm just thinking if it's like maybe they just wanted it to seem like she killed herself. You know what I'm saying? But that's insane, bro. Like one thing is it's like just like shooting somebody, but damn, nigga, you forcing a person to put like to drink bleach. What man, that's insane, bro.
Stopped Mercedes' family, and especially her parents, for fighting. But back in July, 13 months since Mercedes had lost her life, her mother went to TikTok and speak on how an arrest will soon come. Check it out.
Hi, I'm the mother of Mercedes Mariana Vega.
This low key kind of, this might be a little, I guess, off topic, but it kind of relates. But it low key reminds me of how I might give y'all a story time about that sometime. How one of my aunts basically got killed in kind of like the same way a little bit. I wouldn't say bleach down her throat or nothing, but it was like the same gruesome shit. Like, you know, like niggas went the extra mile and shit. Because like I said, like, you know, running under somebody, shooting them a couple times, and then leaving the scene compared to doing some gruesome shit, like some extra shit, like where you like chop them up, or like in this situation, putting bleach down their body, down their throat, shit like that. It's just that's extra shit. That's like extra gruesome. Like that's on some next level murder shit. You know what I'm saying? So in some cases, it leaves you kind of like wondering why the fuck it couldn't just be like on some quick shit. You know, not trying to say anybody should die anyways, but yeah, maybe I'm gonna probably give y'all that story time later on when I get, you know, my followers and my subscribers growing and shit like that. I might give that little story time. I didn't really meet with, you know, let me not get too much into that, but yeah, I had an aunt who died in a gruesome way too. So, but this kind of reminded me of that, you know.
I know a lot of you have heard her name before. She hasn't gotten a lot of attention lately. It's been
I wonder what she was like. I wonder what she was into though, because like a lot of the times you gotta be like, for shit like this to happen though, it's like you gotta be in some shit or around around the wrong people who are doing the wrong shit, and you just know it, and they just trying to get rid of you because they think you might snitch or some shit. Like it's like you gotta be involved in some type of shit, some type of underground shit, some type of drug situation or something, to where people really want to do some shit to you.
18 months since her murder.
Especially like
I just wanted to share that there aren't a whole lot of new updates, but that we are still working on her case, and her case is still a death penalty case. And she's very, very missed by her mom and dad and family and friends, and that she deserves justice. If you don't know about my daughter's case, please be aware. If you look it up, Mercedes Mariana Vega, it is a brutal attack that she suffered, and I'm just offering a trigger warning. So no one who can't handle that kind of information is unexpectedly listening to it. And I'm giving you a trigger warning now. Mercedes Mariana Vega is one of my beautiful children, and she was abducted from Tempe. Like I said, this is a trigger warning. She was hit over the head in her parking garage at the Aubrey next to ASU. She was shot in her right arm. She was hit over the head again. There was bleach poured down her throat. And ultimately, she was burned alive in the back of an unknown vehicle, a 2018 Salvage.
She was burned alive, y'all. So now, look, bro, like, this is like some crazy shit. So they hit her in the back of the head, right? Just like, I'm very visionary, so like I'm picturing everything in my head. So they hit her in the back of the head. Her or they I don't know if it's because I don't know if it's multiple people or just one, but the person hits her in the back of the head. She said they shot her through her right arm, which I'm not sure if it was like from the back to the front, from the side to the inside. I'm not sure, and I'm not sure how many times. Then they hit her again in the back of the head, bro. Earlier, she said there was a head mat on the car somewhere, and then they poured bleach down her. Like, bro, isn't that like what? God damn, bro. R.I.P., bro. Like that's just crazy, bro. Like
Chevy white Malibu on the night of April 16th, 2023. Her body was found burning on the early morning hours, about just after midnight on April 17th.
That's just my fault if I'm pausing it too much, but for some reason it's like I'm trying to, like, what's the motive? Like, because they're saying Arizona, so and then the way that she died is like I'm immediately thinking like cartel, like, you know what I'm saying? Like some type of shit like that, some type of connection, you know.
All I'm asking you to do is to share any, maybe this video, or I'm encouraging you to look on YouTube and see maybe some of the other information that some of the podcasts and other people have put out about her. Most of it is correct. One thing I want to clarify, she did not change her plans that night. She did not decide to go to work. but I also wanted to clarify there are at least 3 people at play in this murder.
So it is multiple people.
And this is a capital murder case, and we live in Arizona.
Right.
Therefore, anyone involved is facing the death penalty, and I'm fully prepared to make sure that that happens.
How does that go? Like the death penalty. Like, do they like? Because I heard there's like multiple ways. Like, I don't know if they like tie you down and then they shock you or like to death or they like inject some in your veins or some shit to where you die slowly. But like, do in this case, right? Does the mom, the family, like watch that happen, or that's just like more low key? Like they, the government does that very low key somewhere. That's crazy too. I ain't gonna lie, but like lock them up, dog.
I will stand firm with the prosecutors, and my suggestion is for anyone who may have information on the case or was involved even in the slightest way or may know something is to come forward to silent witness. You will not be held accountable if you come forward now. If you wait and we find out that you were the one that tipped off where my daughter was, who drove her car from one place to the next, or had any involvement or knowledge and didn't share it with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office or silent witness, we will go full force at you to make sure that you are facing every charge you possibly can. We're not going to back down. It's been almost 18 months. My daughter mattered. She was driving a 2019 white Dodge Charger. LUV 333 was the license plate. We don't know if she actually got into that car. We know she was hit over the head in the parking garage as she was attempting to get into that vehicle or was pulled out of that vehicle. She wasn't found in her own car. Her car was found parked behind Culinary Dropout in Tempe on Farmer Avenue. The next day, actually, I believe it was the 18th of April, she was found the morning of the 17th, burned alive in a 2018 white Chevy Malibu with a salvaged title, about 60 miles away from her home on the freeway near Tonopah, Arizona, near mile marker 85 and a half. She had suffered a gunshot wound. She had bleach in her throat and was brutally beaten over the head more than once.
Hold on. Where did she say they found her, bro? Because I want to look it up because Arizona is like, I'm thinking this is like all desert, right? Or not all desert, but like there's like desert parts. So it's like very, it's got to be places where it's very low key, very dark or like, low population to where like people don't really see too much. So you might like somehow think you might get away with murder and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Or people might dump bodies somewhere, you know what I'm saying? But I want to see where she said. I don't want to go too far back.
Marker 85 and a half. 60 miles away from her home on the freeway near Tonopah, Arizona.
Tonopah, let's look that up. Tonopah, Arizona. Tonopah. She said Tonopah, Arizona. Tonopah, Arizona. Where the map? I gotta see this, bro. This is insane, bro. Like, why they do her like that, bro? Hold on. Okay, this is Arizona right here, right? Where the fuck is Tomba at? Not Tampa, nigga. She said Tomba, right? Tomba, Tuba, Tonto, Phoenix, Tucson. She said near Tomba, Arizona. Tucson. Shit up. Tucson. Where the hell is Tomba at, bro? Taylor. I gotta find this shit. Tomba. She said Tomba, Arizona, bro. She said near Tomba, Arizona. I don't see nowhere that says Tomba. It says Topawa. Tombstone. Where the hell is this shit at, bro? Tomba, Arizona. Tomba. Tone. How do you spell tone? Tomba, maybe? Tampopo. I don't know, bro. I don't know if she got the right shit going on. But it's like mainly desert and shit, right? It's like a whole bunch of desert and shit. Like deserted and did look like whatever name. This is crazy, bro. Where's that? By Mexico? This shit right next to Mexico, bro. I'm thinking this is the like I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm thinking there's a lot of cartel vibes going on around here. You feel me? Let's get back to the video.
Near mile marker 85.5.
Near mile marker 85. Mile marker 85. Arizona. Where the hell is that? Mile marker 85. Where the fuck is that, cuz? $40. Is this what you talking about? Mile marker? I want to see where she's talking about, bro. Mile marker 85. Mile marker 85, Arizona, bitch. Oh no, son. Let's just get back to the video, bro. It's gonna take me a long time.
She had suffered a gunshot wound. She had bleach in her throat and was brutally beaten over the head more than once. This was April 16th of 2023. If you have a camera that can go back that far, a ring cam, anything that you can do along the I-10, along a path from the Aubrey Apartments to the Culinary.
Hold on. Aubrey Apartments, she said 10. I seen 10 somewhere around here. Look, 10. 10. Aubrey Apartments. Where they at? Aubrey Apartments. Right? She said somewhere in a 10. Aubrey Apartments. Aubrey Apartments. Arizona. Okay. The Aubrey. She said, hold on, I'm looking for the 10 now. It was, at first they said it was by Tempe, right? So I'm looking for the number 10 now. Wait. It's got to be somewhere around here, bro. She said by the Aubrey Apartment. Something about number 10. These look like some nice ass apartments.
Dropout in Tempe. I encourage you to please look that up. If you know someone who lives in that area or is attending.
So it was somewhere around this area because she said in Tempe. This is all Tempe right here. That's crazy, bro. So can I get like a view, like a terrain view? Like I want to see like satellite. There we go. There we go. Can I go? Oh shit. So there is a lot of like deserted areas. But there's still a lot of communities and shit though. See, I would have thought it was like desert, like you can't find shit like over here. You feel me? I would have thought like Arizona was hella less populated than this though. That's crazy though, bro.
ASU. I encourage you to warn them. As I had mentioned, this is a trigger warning. I don't want anyone to hear this who's not prepared to, but this is a vile, brutal, horrific abduction, kidnapping, shooting, and unaliving of my daughter.
Now, Mercedes' mom made that video a month after a Tennessee man who's identified Sincere Patrick Hayes out of Tennessee, 22 years old, would get arrested. But this would be his second arrest in less than 30 days. Both firearm charges. But the second time his blood was drawn, possibly connected to Mercedes' demise.
See this property on Craigslist for $4,300 a month? Well, it's been sitting empty for the last 28 days. And there's 40.
Sincere first arrest came May 15, 2024. According to his affidavit, officers responded to a shots fired call and weapons law violation at a home on Mayfair Avenue, where witnesses told officers people in two separate vehicles exchanged gunfire. A witness told officers that one of the vehicles involved was parked at a nearby church. Officers located the vehicle and said it had damages that consist with bullet holes. Surveillance video from the church showed a man officers later determined to be Hayes get out that vehicle into a white Toyota Pathfinder. Officers soon located the Toyota in the area and stopped it. Inside, Hayes was behind the wheel with another man. The two later admitted to smoking marijuana and said there were several weapons inside the vehicle. Hayes claimed ownership of all three of them, and police confiscated the weapons for the shots fired investigation. 3 weeks later, June 2nd, 2024, his affidavit said an officer had clocked a white vehicle going 94 miles per hour on wet roads on Highway 58 early in the morning. The vehicle had struck another car. The officer stopped the vehicle on a window tint violation, and Hayes was behind the wheel. The officer said Hayes had bloodshot, watery eyes, but refused to get his blood drawn until he was booked at the Hamilton County Jail. This report also said Hayes did not have a driver license, nor had he ever had one. 5 months later, an affidavit say Hayes on November 11, 2024 was arrested again, which authorities say had made the Hamilton County Jail list Hayes' address as in Washington Hills neighborhood, this time on murder and connection to Mercedes. Once again, may she rest in peace. I love her condolences to her family.
Year and a half after a 22-year-old woman was found killed inside of a burned out car.
A man in Tennessee is now facing charges in the murder of Mercedes Vega last April. Fox 10's Lindsay Regis spoke with her family and is here with more tonight. Lindsay.
Mark and Ellen, Mercedes Vega's mom and dad say their daughter did not know the suspect, 22-year-old Sincere Hayes. As they get ready for another Christmas without their daughter, they are relieved to know they are closer to getting justice.
This time of year is really hard.
How she ain't know them though? Like how she be,
I will always hang it up
kill her for?
right next to her sibling's stocking,
Something.
and that's her
I
Christmas.
mean, like, yeah, this is your daughter, right? But you don't. She's grown. Like you don't know. You don't know everything about her. So, like, they still haven't said like the motive. They still haven't said anything. You know.
This
And then
tree
they
from
only got one person. Like, what happened with the other two?
her house.
Mercedes Vega's parents, Erica and Tim Pillsbury, remember when they got a knock at the door from law enforcement on April 17th, 2023.
He said, "No, I'm sorry, ma'am. She's dead. She's deceased." And I remember hearing screaming.
Mercedes was found in a burning car along I-10 in Tonopah. The next day, her car was found in Tempe by police.
We called the detective and we were like, explain to us what is going on. And that is when he told us that Mercedes was abducted and that she'd been hit over the head and forced into a vehicle, and that she was shot through her right arm, and that
I need more.
she had been burned alive.
Yeah, we didn't find out a lot of the information, like the bleach in her throat, till after.
6 months later,
Yeah, until after.
when we got her autopsy.
Days later, they went to her apartment where they believe the torture started.
Somehow that was released, that video of her walking out of her apartment into her parking garage. And we had gone to the parking garage about 3 or 4 days after she had died, and there was blood all over her parking spot.
On November 11, 2024, 22-year-old Sincere Hayes was arrested in Chattanooga, Tennessee for her death.
And I could hear this elation in the detective's voice, and he said, "We got him. We got him."
The Pillsbury say they are now in a better place compared to a year ago.
What gives us is that she's going to be vindicated and she is going to get justice.
Hayes will be extradited back to Arizona. The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office says they are working with the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. As far as other suspects, Vega's mom and dad say they were told there is more to come. In studio tonight.
And one of those two arrests had drew a connection to Mercedes' demise. As of now, we don't know exactly what. Could be his blood, could be one of those firearms. But what we can say, according to authorities and Mercedes' mom, more people will be arrested. Like they say, fam, you don't get away, you just get back. This was the story of a young dancer who was kidnapped, tortured, set on fire alive, and had bleach down her throat. For what? is still yet to be disclosed. But what we can say, almost 2 years later, her family would get some form of closure, with authorities making arrests. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Damn, bro. I mean, my condolences to her family. You know, I'm still kind of lost though. It's like they really didn't say much. It's like they caught one dude but said that it was multiple people that did it. So what made them know that it was that guy, right? And then what was the cause behind all that? Because supposedly she didn't know the guy. So why would they randomly just do that to her? It's just is my what got me like confused right now. But either way, man, they shouldn't have done her like you know what I'm saying. Either way, they deserve whatever they're getting, and hopefully they catch everybody who did it and shit. But yeah, man, that's the wild one right there.